Peace, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. I'm going to start the show in a second. But first, let's get to our show intro.
Peace to the gods. You're listening to Hindsight Radio. This is Hindsight Radio.
I represent it.
The information station changing the nation. This is Hindsight Radio. I represent it. The information station changing the nation.
Peace. All right. It's Tuesday, January 18th, 2022. The month is, might as well say, it's over. It'll be Tuesday. It'll be February pretty soon. Now, 18 days, month is done, gone. Now, all of those things you wrote down on your prosperity ritual, how many have you started on? How many of them have you said, I'll do it tomorrow? I'll wait tomorrow, in the next day, and the next, and you keep doing that over and over. And the next you know, it'll be December again. And you're sitting in the same position you was in last year. Broke and disgusted. Making excuses of why. Oh, I got too many kids. My wife, my husband, my job. Everything else is the problem. How many excuses are you going to continue to make? See, in order to make this thing happen, you got to change your standards. The reason why you keep doing the same thing over and over again, because you haven't raised your level of standards. See, the amount of money in your bank account, that's your standard. That's what you're used to. That's what you're okay with. Now, you have aspirations, or you have, it's a word that I want to use. Man, I can't think of the word. Expectations, dreams. But really, those expectation and dreams don't line up with your standard, which you're willing to accept in your life. You're accepting that low paycheck that you keep going to get every week. You're accepting that. That's your expectations. That's your standard. That's what you're willing to tolerate. Low income, working for someone. You're tolerating that. This even goes down to your relationships. You're tolerating the person you're with. That's your standard. That's what you will accept into your life, even if that person is no good for you. You're accepting that. That's your contract with your experience in life. Yeah. So it's January 18th, 2022. Shortly, it will be February. And what have you done this month to push yourself to that next level? How many failures have you had this month? Oh, I keep you talking negative. You talking about failures. Yes, I'm talking about failures, because failures is part of the equation. Failure is a requirement to succeed. You got to make mistakes. You got to jack it up. You got to screw it up in order to be successful. You got to make mistakes so that you can improve and see where you need to make adjustments. See, some of y'all are making mistakes and don't think you need to, because you don't think they're mistakes. You think it's okay. No, it's not okay, because if you're still making the same money you made last year, this year, you're making the same mistake over and over. You're accepting that low ass salary instead of the promise that you was given from the day you was conceived, the day you came into this world. The promise was you were supposed to live abundant, have abundance, prosperity, overflowing, dominion over all things. That means finances, relationships, everything. Have control. Instead, you're allowing the beliefs, the teachings, the education, the indoctrination that you had started to receive from the moment you took your breath in this world, in this 3D realm. You're still accepting those things. You're still accepting the teachings of being broke. You accept that. That's what you want. You have ideals, you have ideas of wealth. But if your money is not larger than last year, then that means you're still okay with what you did last year. Because I tell you, when you get fed up with something, you make a change, right? When you got fed up with that bad relationship, you made a change. You got out of there. You moved on. Some of y'all in a bad relationship with your finances, and you will not move on. You won't leave it. You won't leave that brokenness behind and look for something better. You won't turn off the television. You won't turn off TikTok and watching the entertaining. You know, TikTok and Instagram can be positive if you program it to receive good information. If you program it to do that. Like on my Instagram, I try to receive as much positive information as possible. As much. You know, every now and then, entertainment stuff, some other stuff I really don't want to see come through. But for the most part, when I scroll, I'm seeing things that's, money mantras, money affirmations, peace, all types of affirmations on there, people talking about, you know, growth, you know. That's what I'm in order to get the things that you're dreaming of, you have to constantly put your consciousness in that state of mind as if you're already receiving it or you received it already. You got to play pretend. You have to do like you was when a child. When you was a child, when y'all play pretend to be all kind of stuff. See, they let us play pretend to be cops and firefighters and things like that. They didn't. No one told us that we need to be play pretending to be wealthy, pretending to be good husbands, wives, and stuff like that. No one taught us all that. They taught us all this other stuff. Go be a cop, go be a teacher, go do this and that. Everything else. All the jobs that don't pay nothing. Now, I give my hats off to people that's in the public eye and public service and giving a back to the community. But we know that they don't pay those people enough. Most people who take these jobs are taking it because it's a pretty much job that you can keep and retire on. They call it having security. And that's fine if that's what you want. But I can tell you, you go to these government buildings, these people are not happy. They're really not for the most part. They're doing it because it's a job and it's paying them. And it's living up to the expectation of how much money they are accepting. Once you raise your money consciousness, you won't accept that. That would be an insult. Getting a job, what? Oh, what the? Okay, that's good for you, but it ain't good for me. Once again, I think all our civil servants out there, police officers, nurses, and teachers, they're getting most of the people that get into those jobs really want to help. But then when they get in there and they see that the system is working against what they want to do, they be like, that's really what kills their spirit. Because they get in there and like, I'm gonna make a difference. I'm gonna teach these kids, I'm gonna educate them, I'm gonna help, I'm gonna do all this thing. And then after years go by and they start to realize that common sense things that they should be doing, they're not doing. They're doing things that don't make sense. And I've always told you when it comes to the educational system, it's designed specifically to program you, indoctrinate you to be poor. Because it doesn't teach you anything about finances, really, right? How to manage your money. It teaches you how to be poor. And it also teaches you how to not have a good relationship. School teaches you all of that. Because in school, walk on this side of you eat lunch, be quiet. You know, you eat lunch, you should be able to have some camaraderie and talk to your fellow students and get to know them. But schools don't want that. Nah, y'all can't associate. You got to do exactly what I say. Then there's one other place that does that, and that's prison. Your ward. They treat you like a ward of the state. And they get on you when you fail. Oh, you got an A. Oh, you got a F. Oh, you ain't no good. You ain't gonna amount to nothing. No. If you get an F, if you don't do well in school, you're not gonna amount to nothing in their system, but you become a millionaire outside of their system. See, you amount to nothing on their standards. But when you throw all that stuff in the trash like I did, I got a GD. I'll tell you that. I'm not saying like proud. That's what I got. And I do way better than doctors and lawyers who go to school and spend thousands of dollars on education without all the stress. Because I figured out that school, the indoctrination system, is not designed for me to be wealthy. So I can't take anything from that institution and use it to build wealth. And that's the problem with people. Y'all too educated because you're trying to take them degrees and make yourself wealthy. You don't take a degree to be wealthy. It takes common sense, study, and understanding how money works. Money wants to come to you. Money wants to work for you. But a lot of people have money rejection complexes. They're too afraid to ask for money. You know, they think it's bad to have a lot of money. And anybody that have money, they want to hate on them, talk about them. Man, you should be praising like, man, thank you. That guy, he's making it, man. Let me go study what he's doing and see what he did, and maybe I can use some of what his knowledge to do what he's doing. You know, there's so much room at the top to make so much money. It's so much money up there. That's why a small percentage have a lot of money because there's so much to go around. It's not enough to go around in the just lower standards of living. It's not enough to go around down there. You're trying to take the little bit of money and split it amongst yourselves. Whereas the millionaires, like they like I said the other day, I was listening to Magic Johnson say, the work it takes to make $1 million, you can make $10 million, and that's the issue right there. We're trying to work to make working hard to make a little bit of money instead of raising our consciousness to say, "Nah, I'm gonna make 10 mil, 20 mil, 30 mil." You see, you got to raise your consciousness, man, and you got to cut your peoples off, family, all of them. You got to cut them off, and sometimes you can't leave the house, but you can cut them off in your head. Hear what they're saying and let it go. Whoop, whoop. You should not be taking advice from someone who's in a same or worse situation as you. You shouldn't be. Because they're only teaching you how to they're giving you their standards, what they're accepting in their life. Then let's just touch on relationships. I go down sometimes and I see some of the people that's connected with me on Instagram talking about how bad their relationship was and don't want people treat me a certain way. Blah. That's their post. Just egotistical victimhood post. They use me. And y'all already know. Y'all know what I'm going to say. Your life is a mirror. If you're getting a lot of people in your life and every man, woman you're meeting and they're using you, then you have used someone in the past. And that karma's come back to talk to you. So, where that stops is you recognize where you went wrong. That's how that stops. I said, wait a minute. What did I do to get this? You put yourself out there and you hurt somebody. Life is about giving and receiving. What you give, you will get. Yes, what you give, you're gonna get it. You're gonna see it. And the problem, a lot of people so blind, they get it back and they don't realize they ain't thinking about, whoa, wait a minute. Somewhere down the line, I put myself out there and didn't do right. So today's show is about your student loans are canceled. And I'm going to talk about two different articles. One is about $1.85 billion of canceled debt, and then another one is $15 billion of canceled debt. That's a lot of debt to be canceled. Student loan debt. And I told y'all a couple of years ago, y'all need to start, when this pandemic starts, start hitting them up with the third-party debt collector letter. Now. Do it now. And if you think about it, if they get shutting down loans and you're disputing it, you're putting yourself right there to be noticed, to get it canceled. So they don't have to respond with the letter, oh, yes, you do owe it. Here's a fake promissory note. You're already ahead of the game. But I'm going to read those articles. But first, a couple of announcements. Number one, every Sunday, Raising Independent Thinker show is on regularly. So tune in Sunday, 7 p.m. And also, since the new year, people are starting to see their affirmations or their intentions revealed. My wife put down that she wanted to do more with her business, and now she's got her first contract with one of the schools to be a consultant as a contractor to consult instead of being an employee. See, they came in trying to ask her to substitute for them because they're shorthanded. And she's like, oh, I'm not interested in that. But however, I can come in and be a mentor or a consultant. And they said, oh, yeah, we need that. And there you go. You see? All it takes is the key to success is just one big ingredient that you need to be successful. It's consistency. It doesn't have to be perfect. Doesn't have to be this grandiose scheme. Just be consistent. And as you're consistent, remember I said what you give, what you put into something is what you get back. You put in daily into your business, daily you're going to get returns. All too often people stop trying to keep pushing forward because they feel like the returns are not coming. Yes, they are coming. You think these guys who are highly successful got it overnight? They was in the same position you was in. The same position you were in. Feeling the same way. Is this ever gonna pay off? Those guys you seeing on YouTube, Instagram, doing videos, self-help books, they didn't just write a self-help books and came instantly successful. They worked at it. And here you are trying to do one thing and be automatically successful in 30 days. I'm not even at the height of my success right now. I'm successful and I know I got more to go. But I've been at this since 2015 doing shows consistently. And I have barely missed a show. Think about it. If y'all go back over the last since from today, going all the way back to 2015, y'all probably can't get 10 shows I missed in 7 years. Not even I don't even think I got 6 shows I missed. Maybe 6. I missed one, I might miss it 1 or 2 shows a year. I push forward and do these shows even when I don't want to do them. Every time I'm like, man, I don't want to do a show. What am I going to talk about? And I do it, and then turns out to be a great show. But it was consistency that got me here. Not perfection, consistency. Y'all see how some of my videos are early on? They're trash. Even recently, I'm trying to step up my game. You see my little thumbnail. I'm working on my thumbnail skills. I got some advice. There's a video on YouTube says make 100 crappy videos to be successful. Get your 100 videos out there, whatever it is. 100, whatever you doing, make 100 mistakes to get to that. Get to the success. The people that you see that are highly popular is because their consistency. And one of the issues I have with the people in my team, consistency. And I'm not demanding. Just be consistent. Because one day, it's going to be that one show that's going to take you to the moon. Further than the moon. Just that one day, you just be consistent. That one day, something going to click. Like this guy, Kevin Samuels, that's very popular now. It was just one show that took him to the moon. One show. And he got viral all over the place. Now he's a household name now. Some people love him, some people hate him. But the point is, whether you hate him or love him, he is making millions right now. And he was doing this stuff about as long as I've been out, doing shows and stuff like that. Of course, my topic is different. I'm not going to get into the fray of trying to build on negative imagery of our people. Not doing that. Because I see the game. If we sitting here talking about each other and black women this, black men that, blah blah blah, we're not helping nobody but them to perpetuate the stereotypes that they have on us. Of course, a lot of the stuff that's being taught over there or talked about over there is true. That's what's happening. But it's no different than any other community. They got the problems too. The difference is we have this habit of airing our dirty laundry in the public and just pointing at each other, Sisters are saying black men ain't no good. They're not living up to their responsibilities. And I'm like, damn, you dated all of the millions of black men out there? No, it's the crappy men you met that's bad. Same thing with the brother. Oh, black women is black. Oh, you dated every black woman? No. It's the women you're in your life that's bad. Like when these guys talk about how bad it is with the sisters in child support, I never had that problem. I was on child support briefly. But one thing about me is I made it so easy that child support was stupid to even go for. Yeah, I was on it maybe a couple of years, and then I'll tell y'all that story. It just I didn't have, I just made myself available. I stepped up. I went above and beyond. And as men, this is your job. It's not optional. It's your job to go above and beyond for your family, for your children. It's your job. And if you feel like you're doing somebody a favor because you're doing what you're supposed to do, then something is wrong with your mentality. And these women that you're coming across that are no good for you is because you have a no good thinking. Same thing with the women. These guys you keep talking about are so bad, they this, that, and the other. It's because you got a bad mentality. It's that simple. Take responsibility for your shit. Stop trying to point the fingers. It's that freaking simple. We all got problems. We all, especially us, we've been dealt a pretty bad hand. But you can still win. You can get up from the table of this game and turn it around just by changing your consciousness and saying, I'm not accepting this low level existence. I'm accepting abundance. I'm accepting peace. I'm accepting good health, everything. Speaking of health, most of the people that I see that's passing away because they like young and because they let the doctors tell me you dying and they believed him. This man, they took that to heart. Oh, he said I'm dying, so I'm dying. Woe is me. Nah, you ain't God. I'm the God of my life. I say when it's time. All right. Before we get into what we're gonna talk about, let's see who's out there. Okay, Rome G, peace. Of course, people always got to put their legal theory. I'm gonna show it on the screen. Yes, there's no loan to begin with, just electrogenics. Who? Just what I say that. Who cares? The reason why I don't care about those things because none of all of y'all talking about what's a bond and it's electronic digits. You can't go and enforce that in no court or anything, and they ain't even trying to hear it. Where you can, this a bond, let's get rid of it. No, stop with all of that legal theory stuff. All right, if you can't prove it, stop talking about it. Yazi Yebe, peace. Alando Swan, Disciple Ministry, peace. Tip Rock, Carini, Drew Blackwell. Drew Blackwell again, DJB Thunder, Hanif, Abdullah. Thanks for the donation, DJB Thunder. See the Zelle and the Cash Apps right there on the screen. I need that bread to keep it running. A lot of renewals coming up next month. Yes, 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 yes. New Orleans in the house. Peace. By the way, we're working on that seminar. New Orleans ain't cheap, y'all. I'm trying to get it where I could y'all make it affordable, but man, they trying to get that that bread over there. That's right, J Butterfly. Hit the like button. Thank you. Yes, hit the like button. Keep it up. And Jamie Modestin. Peace. Greetings. All right, let's get into the student loan thing. Let's get into it. They stopped sharing my screen. I had it shared already. All right, let's share screen. Window. Chrome tab. All right, let's start with this one here. This is all on Forbes, y'all. All right, it's all on Forbes. It says more than 400,000 student loan borrowers will soon have their debt canceled or receive monetary restitution after student loan servicing giant Navient agreed to a 1.9 billion settlement with 39 state attorneys general last week. So $1.9 billion settlement. And they not only they're going to cancel the debt, they are going to get a monetary restitution. See, meaning they're going to get a check. And by the way, I talked to someone yesterday. Their sister got 52 checks for $200 and I think $60. 52. They just came in the mail. and then the student loans were canceled. So they're already doing this. Okay. Now, this is just 1.9 billion. The other article gonna read is gonna be 15 billion. Now, this one is geared towards a specific borrower. So let me continue to read. This settlement announced January 13th comes after allegations that Navient used predatory and deceptive lending practice dating back to 2009. The company was accused of pushing struggling borrowers further into debt by steering them into long-term forbearance programs that actually added more in interest to the overall loan balance, and for claims that it lent predatory subprime loans to students attending for profit and low graduation rate colleges, where it knew these borrowers could likely not repay the loans. Navient repeatedly and deliberately put profits ahead of its borrowers. It engaged in deceptive and abusive practices, targeted students who it knew would struggle to pay loans back, and placed an unfair burden on people trying to improve their lives through education, said Pennsylvania Attorney General Josh Shapiro in a press release. Details of the settlement. According to the terms of the settlement, Navient will forgive 1.7 billion in private student loans for about 66,000 borrowers. An estimated 350,000 federal student loan borrowers will receive restitution payments of about $260 each. And I've actually seen, they sent me an image of the envelopes. Um, An estimated 350,000 federal student loan borrowers will receive restitution payments of about 260 each. Navient is also required to reform its lending practices, including offering more guidance around alternative repayments such as income-driven repayment IDR plans and forgiveness options. Navient has agreed to the settlement while denying any wrongdoing. The company's decision to resolve these matters, which was based on unfounded claims, allows us to avoid the additional burden, expense, time, and distractions prevail in court, said Navient Chief Legal Officer Mark Helene in a press release. It must also pay 142.5 million to the Attorney General as part of the settlement. So they ain't did no wrong, but they're gonna kick out 1.9 billion dollars, right? And pay 142.5 million to the Attorney General. Okay, whatever. So, are you eligible for compensation? There are several different groups that qualify for different amounts and types of relief as a result of the settlement. As for the 1.7 billion in private loan debt being canceled, only a narrow portion of loans will qualify. Defaulted private loans that were made in 2002 or later and used to attend specific for-profit schools are eligible. Those who attended a public university but had a credit score of less than 640 when they received their loan can also have their defaulted debt canceled. So, if your credit score was less than 240 or less, 640, less than 640, you qualify. When at the time of you taking them loans, I don't know. A lot of y'all didn't check your score at the time. Y'all didn't care. So I don't even know, right? Eligible borrowers must be in one of the 39 states that participated in the suit. These following states and the District of Columbia are included in settlement: Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, the District of Columbia, which is DC, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland. The person that got the 50 something checks was in Maryland. Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, uh, Vermont again? Is it too much? Washington, Wisconsin. Unfortunately, if you haven't defaulted on your debt, you aren't eligible for cancellation, even if you received a predatory loan. Now, they did say if your credit score was 640, you still qualify. So, federal student loan borrowers may see a smaller reward as part of the settlement. Navient must pay restitution of about $260 to each of the 350,000 borrowers who are placed in specific forbearance programs. So I'm guessing the person that got all the checks had different loans. They had more than one loan over years of going to school. So that's why they got so many checks. So it's per loan that you took out that you would get this $260. So let's think about this. Let's just if let me stop the screen sharing because I need y'all to see me. I have been preaching do the third party debt collector letter for years on your student loans. And whenever you did a consultation with me, I said it's going to screw your credit up because you got to stop paying in order for this to be successful. So you'd be in default and you would qualify for this program automatically off the jump because you were in default. You had showed an ability not to be able to pay. You know, for every person that I did a consultation, maybe one person, maybe 2 out of 10 actually did what I told them to do because they was afraid of their credit score being going down. They was afraid of the illusion of having this perfect credit score. And I'll teach y'all that why you're worried about personal credit. I don't use personal credit. I use business credit. I don't fool with I haven't used my social for any type of credit in 2015. And I move okay. Business credit. You see what I'm saying? But so many people are indoctrinated into the system that they're looking at them 3-digit numbers like it's the holy grail, and it's not. It's bullshit. As you can see now. And if you had just done that, then just 2 years ago, if you just start fighting all of these loans, where you would be. And the reason why I say, if you had done this before, just think about it. They made an agreement with the government to pay this, to do this. So if you have been fighting it, as I had advised you, guess what's going to happen to you? You go to the top of the pile because you noticeable. Oh, this person's been fighting it. We ain't full. We got to meet this obligation. Write that off. That goes towards our obligation. hey, hopefully now I still suggest you still do it. Start banging at it. Still go after it. You might be able to get in line at this point. What to do if you qualify? Through the terms of the settlement, though the terms of the settlement are complex, qualifying borrowers won't have to do anything to receive compensation, except to make sure they create an account or have their contact information up to date at studentaid.gov. So go to studentaid.gov and make sure your stuff's up to date. Put yourself in line. Borrowers with eligible private student loans will receive a cancellation notice from Navient by July 2022. They may also receive a refund of any recent payments they've made on the canceled debt. So all the payments you made, they talk. You see how they double talking right now? You had to be in default. Default means you ain't making payments, but we're gonna give you some money back for making payments. Now, the person that I know that got those checks, they weren't in default. So I know this article. This is an article from Forbes. So this is someone's opinion of what they read. Maybe next week I'll get the whole settlement and I'll read that. I thought this was easier for you to understand. Reading them court documents, I'll be putting y'all to sleep. Y'all be like, oh, what the hell did this say? I don't know. I got to always break it down. So I said this was easier, so I went with this. So y'all get the idea. Federal student loan borrowers who qualified for the $260 restitution payment should receive a notice in the mail this spring with more information. To see the full details of the settlement, borrowers can visit. Now, this is what's supposed to happen. But the person who got those checks, they're just like, wait a minute, where all these checks came from? Hold up. I might be able to. Oh, if it's here. They sent me a picture of it. Let's see. They sent me a picture. Hold on. Let me do some some see if I can retrieve this picture so I can show y'all. This thing look crazy. How they okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. I probably should have did this a little bit earlier, but I didn't. So trying to. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong. Okay, photos. When you need something to go fast, it don't. So I'm trying to manipulate this photo so I can show y'all this picture so y'all know I'm not BSing you. You know, I always like to show a little proof. Always trying to show the proof. Always. Okay. Let me make sure no personal information is showing. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. Done. Send. Boom. All right. All right. Open. Let me. Let me do one more thing and then I could. Oh, I got to protect. All right. All right. Edit this again. Crop. All right. I think that should be the point. All right. There we go. Done. All right. Here we go. So let me see if I can share this screen, y'all. Share screen window. There it is. That's what they got in the mail. Right there. This is from their student loans. And um they didn't even know what was going on. They had to make phone calls and figure it out. So they're not like giving you notices. They just, man, let's get this money out there. So some of y'all should be getting some checks. Hopefully. Now let's go to the next article. That I want to read because see, this is not it. The government doing something too. Not just Navient, that was a settlement. And oh yeah, by the way, the schools that are mainly being targeted to get the money back is those technical schools like the RI, ITT Tech, and some other ones. Those predatory schools that guarantee you these jobs, and then you go to the job with this certificate and it didn't even get you what you wanted. So that was it. So let's go here. Share. This is from January. This article is from January 8th, 2022. 8:30 a.m. This is the one I started reading. I got it on my phone. There's good news for student loan borrowers. Here's what you need to know and what it means for your student loans. Student loans, the biggest takeaway from President Joe Biden's surprise decision to extend student loan relief for another 90 days isn't necessarily what you think. Yes, through May 1st, 2022, student loan borrowers won't have to make any federal student loan payments. Yes, student loan borrowers won't have any new interest accrue on their federal student loans. Yes, there, there's there won't be any collection of student loans in default through garnishment of wages or social security checks. However, there's another huge benefit for student loan borrowers that is less visible. Let's explore. Student loan cancellation, 15 billion for borrowers. Student loan relief due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which Congress first passed in March 2020 through the CARES Act stimulus package, has another hidden benefit for more than 40 million student loan borrowers. Student loan cancellation. Student loans are paused, but here's 6 things to do now. With the extension of the student loan relief, federal student loans won't have any new interest accrue. The U.S. Department of Education estimates that student loan borrowers collectively will save $5 billion a month in interest costs. With a 3-month postpone of the student loan payment pause, that equates to $15 billion of total student loan cancellation. This is in addition to $110 billion of student loan cancellation that student loan borrowers will have received from March 2020 through January 31st, 2022, the latter of which was the date that Biden's second extension of student loan relief was scheduled to end. Here's who qualified for the student loan forgiveness right now. So let's click it. Let's click that. Here's who qualifies. Close that. These ads. Are they trying to make me subscribe? No, I ain't trying. Here's who qualify for student loan forgiveness right now. Here's what you need to know. With a string of recent announcements on student loan cancellation, it's hard to keep track of who qualifies for student loan forgiveness. President Joe Biden has canceled 11.5 billion of student loans since becoming president in January. This includes a major announcement on public student loan forgiveness. To avoid any confusion, let's set the record straight. You may qualify for student loan forgiveness right now. Biden has canceled nearly 1.5 billion of student loans for 92,000 student loan borrowers through the borrower defense to repayment rule. This includes, so you need to look that up, borrower defense to repayment rule. This includes 55.6 million of student loans canceled in July, more than 1,800 student loan borrowers. The good news is that you can still apply for student loan cancellation through the borrower defense to repayment rule. Borrower defense to repayment is a federal rule created during the Obama administration that gives you partial or total student loan cancellation if your college or university misled you or engaged in other misconduct. How do you get this student loan forgiveness? You can apply for borrower defense to repayment by completing a borrower defense to repayment application. Here it is. I'll put the link in the chat. I will be making. Yeah, they cheated me. I ain't tell me this, they ain't tell me that. Man, the application takes 30 minutes to complete, and you can apply by email, by mail, or through federal student aid. Traditionally, borrower defense to repayment has applied. What happened here? Applied only to direct loans, although you can consolidate FFELP loans or Perkins loans. Private student loan debt don't qualify. So the private student loan debt is what the settlement is about. So this is for the other loans. So y'all need to be getting on these phones. I don't think I need to read anymore. I don't think so. I think I'll give y'all all of the links in the chat. Here's the links. Get busy. Get busy. This is a road to wealth. Getting rid of your debt. Get busy. But in the meantime, while I'm doing all of that government bureaucracy stuff, I will be sending the debt collector letter out. I put the link in the chat. The link is in the chat early on. Oh no, I put the National Passport webinar. Yeah, I'm doing another webinar on the passport to uh with an updated template and to help with the new application as well as the old. I gotta give, step it up because they're tripping. All right. This is what y'all need to get right here. This right here. This is what you need to get this stuff started. Because if you out there making a demand that this debt is no good and you following these other things, you're putting yourself in line to get these loans taken care of if they haven't come to you already. There's the link right there. All right. All right. Now, if you want to talk to me, I know I've been doing a lot of talking tonight. Oh, banners. There's the number going across the screen 563-999-3615. Press 1 to speak to the host, which is yours truly. Yes, so there's no excuse. There is no excuse. Start going after these student loans. Stop playing games. Some of y'all done played with this thing way too long and had the information way too long. All right. So press 1 if there's not going to be any callers. And lately I haven't been getting people who want to talk to me. Oh, I don't know if I should feel some kind of way about that, huh? Y'all don't like me, but y'all listening. Maybe I just explain stuff too good. I give y'all the juice. One of these days, on a side note, while y'all getting your thoughts together to press 1, call into that number, press 1, and you'll be live on the air with me. Um, let's go to the 14th Amendment. 14th Amendment of the Constitution. Let's go. It says, Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. So they're basically saying you're a citizen of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. So that you have both, there's two different citizenships. They're telling you that. No state shall make or enforce any law which will abridge the privileges and immunities of citizens of the United States. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. So it says citizens of the United States. So this is tax season. I'm going to expand on this a little bit more. I just read that. Let me share the screen first before let me bring this over here. Let me share the screens. Before I go to what I'm going to show you real quick, I'm just going to touch on this really fast, and that'll be it. I'll break this down. It says here, right? Citizens of the United States. 'Cause I'm about to trip y'all out, what I'm about to break down. But I'm not going to go into any in-depth discussion about it until later on because I got to get all my material together. So it says citizens of the United States. But check this out. Check this out. I said I would never really talk about this out there like that, but then I said that, and then the spirit said it's time. But I'm just gonna give y'all a nugget. Now, this is I want the actual 1040 application. So I showed y'all that what it said over there. 1040. Okay. All right. There was, got a million 1040. The one I want, it ain't there. Okay, let's go here. Okay, this is the 1040 form. Let's see if the instructions. Okay, it's over here. All right. What's new? Da da da. All right, let's go to this form. Do you have to file? Let's go to 9. Right here. All right, let's share the screen here. Share. Chrome tab. And it says these rules apply to all U.S. citizens, regardless of where they live, and resident aliens. Now it says these rules apply to U.S. citizens. Before I make my point, let's go back to the 14th Amendment. Let's share that. Let's go back. About to trip y'all out. And y'all gonna be mad when I shut it down and say it's time for me to go, because I'm not gonna explain this. I'm just gonna show you. It says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States. Now, remember what I told you guys. Let me put my camera back on. Remember what I told you guys about law. It's precise. So, the 14th Amendment says citizens of the United States. The 1040 instruction says U.S. citizens. So the question is, are they the same thing? Are they the same? By definition. When you read the IRS code, it says nothing about citizens of the United States. It says U.S. citizens. Those of you who've gotten those letters, according to the 14th Amendment, you are a U.S. citizen. It doesn't say citizen of the United States. And as you know, the passport doesn't say you're a U.S. citizen. It mentions your country where you're born in USA. For example, New York, USA. Law is precise. If it doesn't specifically state in that document, because when you look at definitions, they'll say, oh, this U.S., U.S. citizens of the United States, U.S. nationals of the United States. It would say that. But that 1040 form only speaks of one status, U.S. citizen. It doesn't say citizen of the United States. So therefore, it is not the same by definition. So even if they want to try to get you for being a citizen of the United States, it's the tax 1040 still doesn't apply in that situation. Or U.S. national doesn't apply. And this is where I get off the train. That's it. About a week from now, 2 weeks from now, I'll bring it out there and show you how they're all different. And they don't mean the same thing. See, the problem is, for too long, you had too many people out here teaching y'all and can't even see those little differences. They made us, remember, the governor's making assumption that you're a U.S. citizen based off what? You checking off boxes. They're not using anything else but that. Now, the little peons assume it because that's what they're used to doing. That's in their mindset. But the people that's in the know use your actions against you. You made the assumption, so they went along with it. They didn't check you out, say, they're different. By definition, they're different status. So there is certain statuses. There are different statuses, even in the citizenship, how they look at it. The U.S. citizen status is designed specifically for one reason. The citizen of the United States is designed for a specific reason. And remember, that was the one that Dred Scott was told he could never be or had the right to be. He should have jumped up and down and said, Lord, hallelujah, thank you, Lord, Jesus. Like they do in church. He should have been praising when they said that. But instead he was upset. Well, I can't be part of y'all system. I can't be y'all slave. Even in their system, they have subcategories. There's different levels of slavery. All right, let's see who's out there on the phone. Somebody got their hand up. They ain't let me get off. All right, let's get this person. 925341. Peace.
Peace to the gods. Peace, Akeem.
Peace to the God. What's going on, bro? What's up?
Man, what's going on, man? It's been a minute since I chatted it up with you. Man, but you still just going strong and killing it like you always did.
Thank you, brother.
So much props to you. Yes, sir. Back in the days, you helped me get my national passport. What else did you help me with? You did, back in the day, they had what was that for driving? What was that? Oh,
You mean
it was another big process.
Driver's license webinar?
No, not that one. It was the big one. But that's when you were still doing stuff with Jonah Bay and them. Shit. When you get to the sheriff and all them, the names is not coming to me.
Injunction.
There you go. Yeah, work that out too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm calling. Plus, you helped me smash some debt with the IRS back in the days too.
Right.
$30,000 worth. So, man, big props to you, man. I just want to give it up.
Welcome. Thank you.
But I want to ask you quick. Yeah, you're welcome, my friend. The IDP, is that still relevant?
I don't. I know the guy that out of Hawaii is still doing it, but when you got the passport done, it's kind of irrelevant.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think I need it. I was just asking. Just one of my friends was asking about. I was like, I don't know, man. You just need to get your national passport. But I told him I would bring that up if I called the show tonight. Mm-hmm. So I did it. And what else did I know? Okay, about a month ago, I don't know if I have a file. I found something in the IRS manual that states that the 1040 form, the W-2, and there's a few other forms that they reference in their book that are invisible contracts. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Somewhat.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, they're invisible contracts. I use that clause and I could reference their page and what book it's in. And man, I never heard from them since when I sent them that. Let me know what they say about those contracts. And I got the document and everything, but it's mind blowing, Akeem, the kind of stuff they got in that
what was this?
That document.
What document is this?
Document. Give me 5 seconds. I'm gonna comb through my phone. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. But when I got a hold of somebody else referenced me to it, I didn't think it was true until I looked at it, and my jaw dropped to the floor. And this is just let me see real quick. almost there.
Yeah, I'm just reading the comments here. Why are you doing that? Somebody put in
Yeah.
there. After
Okay.
reading the master promissory note, according to satisfaction is a great approach to student loan. See, that's someone speaking on something they never tried. No, it's not. Why would you do according to satisfaction? Because that's making a payment and saying and paying. No, they're gonna cancel it. Just challenge the whole damn debt. Why would it? See, people speak without understanding what they're talking about. So, if someone actually did according to satisfaction, they wouldn't even think twice about using that. Why? There's no need. It's already set up for you to cancel your debt. You just got to make a claim to get it canceled. Gave y'all the links, and they had the links in there to go sign up and do all of that stuff. All I'm saying is just go ahead and add that third-party letter in the background. Start sending that out while you're doing that. Give them the uppercut in the haymakers. You got it, brother.
Oh, man. Damn.
You can take your time. You can email it to me, brother, when you get time. You don't have to do that now.
Yeah, definitely. What's I don't know. Where's your
hindsight 1027 at Gmail. Hindsight 1027 at gmail.com. And
Okay.
I know people listen to the show. A lot of people listen to the show. Y'all can sit there and email me y'all consultation questions, and all I'm gonna do is email back and say, get a consultation at akiemel.com. Akiemel.com, set up a consultation. I don't do consultations by email.
Oh,
I couldn't even do it if I wanted to. It's too much. Nah, babe, you can get it to me another time because this time is running out over here on me. But
yes, sir.
You got anything else before I let you go?
And I'll shoot that over to you probably sometime tonight.
Okay, appreciate you doing that.
Cool. All right, man. Peace and love. Peace.
All right, and here we go. This is to do basic law. Isn't the student loan a claim of debt? Yes, it is. But why would I do according satisfaction? Do you even understand what that is? According satisfaction is where you make an offer to make a lower payment and then put on there tendered as full satisfaction of the claim. Make one payment. And then use that as a basis. And if they accept the payment, then it cancels out the debt. Why? It's a waste of time. And first of all, it never worked for anybody for a debt over $1,000. That's number one. Okay? I was well aware of the whole full satisfaction. I actually created the template when it came out. You had to go fight these people in court. Why would you do that when all you got to do is say, I don't know anything about this debt. It ain't mine, blah, blah, blah. Send it in there. Now, what I would tell y'all, update the third-party debt collector to state that the predator, because this is what it's based on, predatory lending practice. Predatory lending practice, my credit score was this at this time. They got no way to research that to go back to see what your credit score was. Think. Stop making your life hard. Court of satisfaction is a very hard process, long and tedious. And listen, they always tell you how to get your remedy. I just read to you the remedy. Why are you talking about? See, this is people who just want to tell people what they know without even doing it. Brother, you ever tried a court of satisfaction? Court cases say otherwise. I know every court case that said otherwise. And in those court cases, most of them lost on appeal. So peace on that one. Let me time out, putting that misinformation in time out. Court cases say otherwise. What court cases? Name them. I'm blocking anybody trying to put their website in my chat screen. You out of here. These people. I sat here and gave a remedy. Did someone come on here? Well, you could do this. No, Go create your own channel and tell people to do that. That's what you do. Okay? Go create your own channel. And then you can see whether your method worked versus mine. Mine been working for years. I got rid of my student loans that way before they were forgiven debt. So now, if that was working before, how much better will it work now when they're just trying to get rid of and get the numbers and meet these budget constraints? They have a lot of this money to be forgiven, and not everybody is going after it. Just like when they was giving away the stimulus, the SBA loans, they didn't give all of that money out. It was still millions of billions of dollars on the table. They just cut it off end of December, but they didn't give it out because why? Too many sleep people, sleep Americans, sleep citizens of the United States, sleep U.S. citizens, U.S. persons, U.S. nationals are too busy worrying about the wrong thing, chasing the wrong thing. Most of these student loans could have been done a long time ago if y'all was on it. No, too busy trying to entertain yourself with TikTok, Facebook, looking at somebody else's idea of wealth. Their little, TikTok, Facebook, that guy is wealthy. He giving you that to distract you away from you being wealthy so you can sit there and spend hours just flicking, and now none of that's translating into any money. And I'm sorry if I'm stepping on toes. And that's right, I am stepping on your toe. I hope I take a hammer to your toe. Maybe you'll understand that you're wasting your time. That's someone else's invention, and they're billionaires off of it. And you're just mindlessly not thinking, while they had all of this money to shut down your student loans, and you complaining about paying student loans. Cut it out. Get on it. Get y'all stuff done. I'm going a little longer than usual. Anybody else want to talk to me before I go? 563-999-3615. Press 1 when you get in. It really gets me when these guys come in here and trying to give out remedy that they never even proved or even tried. Oh, court cases say that? No, I want to know about your court case. I don't care about what these case law says. Most of y'all don't even know how to read these cases. People are using these cases in their court cases, and you go read the case, they don't even interpret to what they're trying to use it for. And the reason why they're using it because someone said that's the good case to use. Cut it out. Bring me proof. If y'all gonna be listening to this channel and y'all gonna say some remedy work, bring me the proof that it worked for you. And I'll even give you this. Bring me the proof that it worked for someone you know. And bring me the paperwork and the document. Just like I pull up that picture of all of those checks that person got from the payments they made on the student loans. That was like $20,000 worth of money there. Let's look at this. And I don't even think that's right. I think their checks were bigger than 260, but I'm gonna, for the sake of argument, I'm just gonna add that up. 260 times 54 checks, $14,040. So yeah, them checks was bigger because when they told me when they added it all up, it came to like 20,000. So those checks were bigger than 260 that they got. I can't remember the exact number. So even this article may not be correct. You always, the news always get their stuff wrong. Some of the facts be not right. All right, well. Oh yeah, by the way, okay, here's all the shows. We got Raising Independent Thinkers show on Sunday at 7 p.m. We have Thursday, Divine Connection show. And we have my son has been doing the show regularly. He just hasn't been doing it on YouTube. You go to Blog Talk Radio, blogtalkradio.com/hindsight 2020. And he's been calling it he got a new name, but he's been really consistent. I'm proud of him that he's been consistent. And that's all I ask. Just be consistency. Um Self-growth Saturdays. Self-growth Saturdays. Self Self-growth Saturdays. All right. Well, that's it, y'all. Thank you for tuning in. Sorry I had to get on some people case on here, but y'all know how I am. I can go from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. All right. So when you lay your head on your pillow tonight, the last thing you should be saying to yourself is something along these lines. I am wealthy. I am peaceful. I'm loving. Say all of the things that you desire. Say all of the things that you wish to be ideal in your life. Move away from the standards that you've been accepting up until this point. Meaning that accepting that little bit of money in your bank account, change that. When you lay your head on your pillow tonight, look up at the ceiling, whatever you do, imagine that your bank account has high six figures in there or more. I mean, the sky's the limit. It's okay. See, in order to be, you know what? Here's something I listened to earlier, and I'm gonna play a little clip of it. Um, let's see if I can get it. Um, okay. Let's see if y'all can hear this. This is the audio I want y'all to listen to.
Ever at what you do, you could be misunderstood by everybody because you're going to be so fucking obsessed and so driven to get there. That's what it takes.
That's the truth.
It takes every second of your fucking life. Anybody says balance? Yeah, balance is important for a lot of fucking people. It is. But if you want to fucking go to that edge where people do not like you, don't understand you, question everything you fucking do, you've arrived. When you are misunderstood to the point where fucking people think you're psycho and you're nuts and you're this and that, why are you in the fucking gym?
I hope y'all heard that. You got to go to the point where people think you're insane for what you're trying to do. People, the guy who created the Honda Accord, which is one of the hottest selling vehicles, they thought he was crazy. And he made thousands of mistakes. Steve Jobs thought he was crazy. That company's about to shut down because of the PC became so popular. Now Apple. Everybody wants one and will pay the premium prices. That's a premium price computer. You cannot make it yourself. You have to get it from them and exclusively from Apple. Bill Gates stayed in his college dorm, created Windows, and look at him now. Now they're talking about how evil he is, he vaccinated, hey, whatever. The point is this. People thought they were nuts. And they all say the same thing. It wasn't the college that made them wealthy. It was their dedication and their focus and their willingness to be ridiculed, made fun of for their dream. The willingness to not care about what people think. And with that being said, peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth to all.